It was a quiet night in the highlands of Cameroon. The stars hung low over the remote village of Nyos. Crickets chirped in the darkness. Families were asleep. The air was still, and then death came silently. By morning, more than 1,700 people were dead. Entire villages were gone. But there were no signs of destruction. No fire, no earthquake, no flood, just silence. And that even scientists were baffled. This is the story of one of the most mysterious and deadly natural disasters in modern history. To the untrained eye, it's peaceful. A crater lake tucked between hills, surrounded by lush green landscapes, lies danger. Lake Nyos lies in a volcanic region of northwestern Cameroon. But beneath its surface, Lake Nyos is what scientists call a limnic lake, one that sits above a pocket of magma deep in the earth. Over time, carbon dioxide gas seeps from the magma into the lake's depths, where it stays trapped by the pressure of the water. Over 1.6 million tons of CO burst forth in a single moment, rushing down the valley in a silent wave. Some thought it was thunder, others, the sound of a distant landslide. This gas, invisible, odorless, and deadly, built up silently for centuries, until one night, it exploded. On August 21, 1986, at around 9:30 p.m., villagers near the lake heard a loud rumble. But what really happened was far more terrifying. No wreckage. A sudden limnic eruption, a rare and violent event, caused the lake to release a massive cloud of carbon dioxide. It moved fast, at over 100 kilometers per hour, only to collapse unconscious from lack of air. When he woke up, his entire village was gone. The CO cloud had silently smothered everything in a 25-kilometer radius. Being heavier than air, the gas hugged the ground, displacing all the oxygen in its path. It asphyxiated everything. People, animals, birds, insects. Others suspect rainfall or a sudden temperature drop destabilized the lake layers. But to this day, the exact trigger remains a mystery. Entire villages were wiped out in minutes. Witnesses who survived told chilling stories, and they're near much larger populations. One man said he went to bed with a house full of family. He woke up the next morning. Everyone was dead. His wife, his children, even his livestock. Another survivor remembered running outside after hearing screams. No fires, no floods, just death. Scientists were at a loss. What kind of disaster leaves thousands dead without a single injury or structural damage? It wasn't until days later that geologists and volcanologists began to understand what had happened. But how did it happen, and why then? Some believe a landslide triggered the gas release. In the aftermath, the Cameroonian government, with international help, began the process of studying and preventing future disasters. They installed degassing tubes into the lake, devices that slowly and safely release gas from the lake's depths. But Lake Nyos isn't alone. Other lakes in Africa, like Lake Kivu on the border of Rwanda and the DRC, pose similar, if not greater, risks. The Lake Nyos disaster served as a deadly wake-up call. But even now, decades later, questions remain. Why did this happen suddenly, after centuries of silence? What if the warning signs were missed or ignored? And most terrifying of all, could it happen again? Lake Nyos looks calm today. Still, beautiful, serene. But beneath the surface, nature is storing secrets. And sometimes, silence is the deadliest sound of all. If you found this story chilling, like and subscribe for more true stories from the edge of science and mystery. Stay curious, and stay safe.